The HK VP9 is back, baby. Check it out. We are back in business. HK VP9 for the win. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we are doing a full HK VP9 gun review. Let's get started. So we want to find out what makes this HK VP9 handgun better than others on the market. HK VP9 was designed with law enforcement in mind. So these were initially developed for the purpose of law enforcement across the country. This is the 1911 A1, or just the 1911. This is the A1. It's a little slightly different, but all handguns are fundamentally the same. They're all based off of this 1911 model. There are only two different metrics we need to use in order to determine if a handgun is good or not good. And I oversimplify everything, so it only really comes down to one, reliability, and two, features. What features do you like? That's all it really comes down to, just reliability and features. If you would like to support our channel, go ahead and click that like button. It is 100% free. We want to show clear, so look at that, clear. So first thing you'll notice, this does not have a generic button press mag release. There's no button here, but it does have these paddles. I have no idea if you can see that, but it is something that I've grown to like even more as time has gone by. It just feels very, very natural. Couple different ways you can use the paddle. You can either use your first finger or your index finger to hit that, or you can put that back in there. Or you can use your thumb, and that will drop the mag as well. I like using the thumb. It feels very nice, and my thumb is already there. So it's very smooth, very seamless, and when you put this mag back in, it's just very, very satisfying. How do we know that the HK VP9 is reliable? Remember, we're using very, very simple metrics here to figure it out and to compare this gun to others. I'm glad you asked. I bought my first HK VP9 about 6 years ago, and I've been shooting these things a lot. Like a lot. Like as much as I can every day. No, maybe not every day, but you know, that would be the ideal. However, reliability. I have never had a single malfunction with an HK VP9 ever. It's never happened. So I'm going to say that the HK VP9 passes the reliability test. So now that we know the HK VP9 is reliable, all there really is to know is about the features. So I'm thinking we dive into the features a little bit more, and then we have some fun shenanigans out at the range. So the disassembly is actually really cool and better than the Glock. Let me show you why. So come up here, we'll get close and personal. So all we'll need to do is we'll pull back that slide just as such using that lip, and then we'll turn this 90 degrees, and that'll allow the slide to roll forward and come off just like that. Put it back together, slide that back on, rack the slide back, engage this lever, rack it forward. Easy as that. There is one complaint about the HK VP9 that I don't like, and that's the trigger. Believe it or not, it is a nice trigger, but you're unable to engage this trigger if you, see your finger there? If you're right up top there, you're unable to engage it at the top. You have to press the switch right there, and that will engage the trigger. So you can't make the firearm go off if you're pulling too high. So that's my only complaint. Other than that, it is a nice trigger, and I get it, but that's just me. The biggest complaint that I hear about the HK VP9 is on the back. If you see there is a red dot indicator, and this lets you know if there's a round in the chamber or not. I think this is a silly feature. I agree, it's kind of worthless because you should always visibly check your firearm to see if it's loaded or not. This is a very, very neutral feature, so it doesn't hurt the gun, doesn't help it. it is what it is. Forgot, the magazine holds 17 rounds, so pretty typical, nothing crazy. But I'm sure you can get those extendo mags if you like, so very, very cool. HK VP9 mags are like $50 to $55, so don't lose these. This is important. Before all you guys get upset in the comments, the HK VP9 is not compatible with AR-15 standard mags. I'm sorry. So in the world of guns, they say that redundancies are always essential. So that's why we have a second HK VP9. This is the HK VP9 SK. This is the compact version. So everything else is exactly the same as the original HK VP9, but it has a shorter barrel, and it carries 2 less bullets for a magazine capacity size of 15 rounds. When you have double the firepower, you have double the capacity size, so think about carrying 2 HKs. These things feel great in your hand. The HK VP9 is known for these replaceable and swappable side grips, so these are actually super nice and you can actually customize them. Yeah, I mean, it feels really good in the hand just because you can get the exact width you prefer. There's one more consideration you might as well look into before you buy one of these things. This one has night sights on it. And these ones have fluorescent sights on it. So what's the difference? The fluorescent sights are inferior. What they do is they collect light, and then when it turns nighttime for whatever reason, it glows, but only temporarily. It doesn't always glow. But on the night sights, these always glow. So you don't need any light to activate it. It just does. So these sights are a little bit better and more preferred. So that's one more thing to consider. I've read a lot of books and literature about war heroes and the legacy they've left behind, but one stands beyond the greatest of war heroes, and that's Jango Fett. We're gonna go Jango Fett style, and we're gonna see if we can hit target A, target B, see how many rounds we could clock on target using a full mag of 15 rounds, just to make it fair. Kidding, the recoil isn't that bad. All right, let's check it out. All right, here we go. Let's see how we did. Oh man, that's garbage. Okay. We have 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. That was 30 rounds of 9mm. So, yeah, I am truly a marksman. Is the HK VP9 a buy or a good buy? I don't think I have to get into this too much, but I will say it is definitely a buy, at least for the money. These things are not super high end, but they're also not low end like a High Point. These things definitely work. We're gonna call this a buy. It's durable, it works. The complaints on this are very, very small. And when you need something to rely on, HK VP9 will do the job. That is all we have for today with Meisner Tactical. We love you guys so much. See you next time. Woo. That is nuts.